Hey there, Jesse Moore,
Fred Boskus.
otherwise known as Yin and Yang. We want to talk today about PFS. Can you explain what that is, Fred?
Sure. PFS stands for pre-foreclosure sale. It's a program for people that have FHA loans. It is a cooperative short sale program. There are some limitations, there are some pluses, and there are some minuses.
So let's explain this real quick. So when you buy a home, generally, the two most typical types of home loans that you can get are FHA, which requires a minimum down payment, versus it used to be 3%, it's now 3.5%. And so that's a fairly popular loan program because it doesn't require as much money to buy a home. The other loan program out there is the conventional loan program, and that's those are 5% or more down requirements. So FHA is a very popular loan program, and so how that applies in the short sale world is that people bought a home in 2000, whenever, before 2008, let's say, and they use an FHA loan to purchase the home, and they may never have refinanced out of it. They may have never refinanced out when they got equity into a more conventional type loan. And so if that's the case, and you are a short seller and you have found out that your loan is an FHA loan, then we want to talk about what that short sale process is like.
So the process, the eligibility for this program has some requirements. First off, it has to be an owner-occupied home. There are some exceptions to that, but primarily owner-occupied. There has to be a documented reduction of income or increase in expenses. And the results of that is if you can close the sale within 3 months of approval under the program, which is kind of quick, you can receive up to $1,000 at closing. However, that may not, I mean, obviously there are always caveats to that. It will account for some money towards secondary liens, but if it exceeds $2,500 or $1,500, then it starts cutting into that money that you would get at closing.
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, PFS, all of these pre-foreclosure programs or non-traditional, let's say non-traditional short sale programs, for the most part are not that great. Quite honestly, I prefer a traditional short sale, which is basically we put it on the market, we set the price, we get an offer, and then we start to talk to the bank. Then and only then. Some realtors, some real estate agents, who I think are not quite as educated in the process, get all excited when the bank sets the price, and I just don't I don't understand that. But this is this pre-foreclosure program, the PFS program. You can initiate that prior to listing your home, and they will help you determine the list price, an acceptable list price, and that is supposed to expedite the process. But I will say that my experience by and large is that FHA PFS sales are not that fast.
No, I would agree with that. They do set the standard for what they want for a list price, and what they will accept for net proceeds is very clear. So that is a good thing, but the price that they set is good for 6 months, and we know that markets can change radically in 6 months. So that can...
Well, yeah, let's explain that. So I'm going to set, as a listing agent, I don't set the price, and I don't wait 6 months for a price adjustment.
Right.
Like if I don't have a buyer in a month or 2 weeks that wants to buy it for that price, I probably need to change the price. So waiting 6 months is excessive. I mean, an excessive is a light term. You know, waiting 6 months to change a price on a short sale, that in that duration of time, they could get foreclosed on.
Definitely.
And so that's another reason why these pre-foreclosure, non-traditional short sale programs are flawed. Fundamentally, they're flawed.
But there is, if you are in this particular program, it can put a hold on any foreclosure actions.
Sure.
So that it just puts you further behind the 8 ball if their pricing is not reflective of what the reality is in the market.
So if you have, I guess in short, if you have an FHA loan, and you're thinking about a short sale, realize that there is a program available to you. It's important to use real estate agents that are aware of the PFS program and so they can quickly determine if you are eligible or not. And they also, if they're knowledgeable about the program, they can also get through those steps more quickly to ensure that you still have a successful short sale without taking the extra time that some of these programs usually require. So the PFS, the pre-foreclosure sale program, is an FHA or HUD program for short sellers in the United States. And specifically, we're reaching out to Washington State sellers and encouraging you that if you have an FHA loan, don't hesitate, reach out to someone, reach out to us, and let us counsel you on whether or not this might be a good program for you. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.